Hello, Lefty Wannabes, and welcome to my channel, Right Left Hand. It is day 342. Let's get started. We're in week 49, so we will continue writing the date, the day, the sentence, both upper and lowercase 2 times, the quote, both upper and lowercase 2 times, increasing numbers, and symbols. And the sentence is 5 hexing wizard bots jump quickly. Again, we're writing that because it's a pangram containing all the letters of the alphabet, and we want to practice those letters in a variety of ways. And the quote is, "All paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind," by Aristotle. Let's go ahead and get started. As per usual, we're going to write the day over in the left-hand margin. Day 342. It is December 8th, 2017. And it is Friday. Finally Friday. And we'll go ahead and get started with our first sentence. So, we only have one more day of writing this one. This kind of wacky sentence. 5 hexing wizard bots jump quickly. Again, want to make sure that I get it right the first time so that I can follow suit the rest of the time based off that first sentence. Ooh, almost messed up there. I was about to write 5 hexing wizards, but it's 5 hexing wizard bots jump quickly. So yeah, tomorrow will be the last day to write this sentence, so hopefully you've gotten some good practice in so that we can wrap it up and move on to the next one. It feels like I've been writing this sentence for a while. Maybe that's just because every time that I've written it, I've been thinking about it because it's just so strange, 5 hexing wizard bots, not a normal occurrence. So, yeah. But, I don't think I'll pick any normal sentences from here on out because it's kind of hard to find normal sentences. And then it's also just, why should I pick normal sentences? I kind of like these wacky ones. It helps me remember them, actually, when I write them. So, or when they're wacky, helps me to remember them. So I like that aspect. Oh, and there I was, I was following too closely to that, and I was about to write the S again. So that's why it's important not to mess up on the first one, because I use that as my guiding principle. And if I mess up there, I'll mess up on the rest of them. So make sure that I don't do that, because it could be dangerous, could be problematic as well. Just don't want to do that. Don't want to mess up, don't want to change it. So yeah. Just keep letting these wizard bots jump quickly. I think that's the best thing we can do right now. Just let them be, let them jump. Let them do whatever, because we're almost done with them anyways, so shouldn't matter too much. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and move on to the quote, "All paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind," by Aristotle. Now, this one is a little bit different than normal. Sometimes we've had some quotes by both Aristotle and Plato that have been a little more bold, a little more challenging. And I figured, you know what, it's about time for another one. So I picked this: "All paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind." So again, you've got to think about the context of when this was said. Over 2,000 years ago. He was a philosopher. I don't think back then you paid teachers, so he did his work for free. He just went around and spoke, and people listened to him and engaged people in conversation. So that's what he did. And I guess a lot of people too, what they did is they also just produced for themselves. They had property or farms and were able to have enough food to live off of that. So I guess they didn't have to have a paid job per se. So that's the context in which this came about. So keep that in mind as you're reading this, that all paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind. No, I don't particularly think that's true. I do think that to an extent it can absorb and degrade the mind, but it's also up to the person who's working. I went a little bit over, so we'll see if I have to do that again. But I think it depends on how you approach your job. If you're overly indulging in your work and you're not doing much outside of that, then yeah, I think it does, because then you have a closed off view of the world. You only see it through the lens of your work and your job. But the same can be said for unpaid jobs. So I don't see why that goes that way. But again, it's the context. And I could definitely see this statement being true in today's society. If you think about it, a lot of people just work for the money, for the fame, for the glory, stuff like that. So when you have that motivation going on, then yeah, I could definitely see how the paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind. But not all paid jobs. No paid jobs also absorb and degrade the mind, because what are you doing with all your free time? A whole lot of nothing. Maybe writing with your left hand. But other than that, nothing, I guess. So yeah, just again, keep that in mind, the context. And so far, nobody's really been upset about any of these quotes, so I think that's good. People shouldn't be upset. It's words from over 2,000 years ago. If they make you upset, hopefully they stir you to action, and then I'm sure Aristotle's role will be fulfilled over 2,000 years later. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and move on to the numbers. We left off on 2,420 last time, so we'll go 2,421 all the way up to 2,440. And yesterday, I was able to fit all these numbers on here on the single line, not going over, not having to scrunch them all in like the last minute, so hopefully I can do that today. Just getting them in here, making sure that it's all gonna fit. And I think so far it's gonna fit, so that's always good. Yep. See right here. It's all good. Surprisingly, but I guess like yesterday I had the intent on fitting it all in here, so worked out. And it makes this part easier because all I've got to do is follow suit. Make sure that I let it fit all right there. And it's coming along pretty nicely. Writing the 400s for the second day now. So it's good to see. We've got a few more days left of the 400s before we move on to the next century of the 500s. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and finish off on the symbols. So, pretty simple symbols. I have been choosing these shorter quotes for the majority of the time now, and I guess it's okay. You know, the videos are a little bit shorter, so that's always good. And hopefully it doesn't impact anybody's schedule that much. Having these shorter videos doesn't make your practice session too short or something like that. But we'll see. All right, there you have it, day 342. You know, a little bit shorter, but I think that's still fine. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow and every day to practice with me. Alrighty, goodbye.